Close your eyes.
With their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I like the girls with their nails done. Girls with their Close your eyes.
Close your eyes.
Girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I like the girls with their nails done. Girls with their girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I like the girls with their nails done. Girls with their
Close your eyes. Close your eyes.
Okay, so well, ladies and gentlemen, here I
Mic
welcome you
off.
back again to Ooredoo's Nation Gamers
Mic
Land. This
on.
is the Grand Final Super Cup and last day. We are really very excited, and here we are back after a really very roller coaster ride of those 2 days. But now today is the final day and the final match as well. We are again gonna witness those 4 matches, and let's see how these 4 matches gonna be in action, how these teams gonna play. Well, if I talk about the today's schedule, it's almost like those 4 matches coming down the lane map of Erangel, then we'll be moving towards Miramar, then again we'll be going towards Sanok, and then again Erangel. So yeah, pretty good map coming in place to be taken care of. But if we talk about the prize pool, why these teams are fighting, well, 15,000 MVR is the total prize pool. First place will get 7,000 MVR. Second place will get 2,000 MVR. I'm sorry, 4,000 MVR. Third place will get 2,000 MVR. Fourth place will get those 1,000 MVR into their favor. Fifth place will get 500 MVR. And the MVP well, they'll be getting those 500 MBR. So yeah, pretty good, a pretty decent prize pool distribution where every team and even the most valuable players getting a good stuff out there. But now the first match is totally ready, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't liked the stream, please just go do hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends, with your mates. Do show your support, but at the same time, if I talk about the fly path, well, it's really very important in the map of Wrangle, and though it is a first map, you really have to be very, very careful. Well, first match of today's day, and if I talk about this, is the 9th match in overall matches. Well, if I talk about the fly path, starting from those northeastern parts of the region, ending around those southwestern parts of the region, a pretty decent fly path to be nourished about. If I talk about some major regions, well, Pochinki, Georgiopol City, Georgiopol, Rozok, Yasna Poliana, a few regions out there where we could see some major drop clashes, where we could see some major aggression out there. But let's see how these teams gonna play. Let's see what would be their strategies. Let's see what would be their momentums. Because from here to there, I believe it's a really very tougher task. I believe it's a really very challenging task to be taken care of. If we talk about some major drop clashes, well, I could see teams moving around military base as well. Let's see how they're gonna play on, what would be their strategy. But now I could see that the zone formation is totally towards those northwestern parts. An amazing zone is being formed around, and I could see some amazing action as well. But at the same time, guys, the most important thing, to show your support, to show your love, is the first thing. If you haven't done yet, please do so. And similarly, if I talk about the other scenarios which are going through, farm region, where I could see team 1 hit and team TM7, even Yasna Poliana, I could see 2 to 3 teams out there as well. So yeah, multiple teams coming down the lane, and let's see what should be their planning, what should be their execution, how would they move in. These are the few questions, which we are searching for. But 15 teams, 60 remaining players, and a difficult task and a tough task to be taken care of. 1.5 minutes into your side. This is the stage 1, and TM7 Kara waiting in Eddie, Totson, Hayes, all of the player waiting for the right turn. At the early stage, you'll just search for those early weapons, whatever we talk about, like micro Uzi, UMP45, or somewhat like M16A4 will also work around. But yeah, you have to get at least few weapons like Thompson or PP19 Bison, somewhat like that will also work. But now, what I think, you really have to be very careful, because if your opponents, if your enemies are having weapons like AKM and M416, then it would be really very difficult to get a battle over there. But what I believe, if you're not ready for the fight, please don't take the fight. Take your time, get that defense system as well. What we talk about the helmet, what we talk about a better vest coming in. So yeah, if you have a better helmet, better vest of level 1, level 2, it will really help in that close range battle. But with that, taking fights without those good defense system, without those good weapons, is not really very compulsory, and it's most of the time it's not very successful. So yeah, if you have to win the fight, if you have to get the good start, if you have to end the day very nicely, you have to go with the planning, and you have to execute those planning at any cost. Similarly, if I talk about Team Sin, well, Soul, Rape, Kayan, Koti, 4-man standing, I could see Team TM7 rolling here and there. Talking about Team RLX and Team VEPT, well, they are missing from the game. They're not here to play. One elimination has been done by Team 1 hit. To Son, I could find this player. Some early knocks, some early finishes point has been taken down the lane, and let's see how they're gonna play. In 2 seconds left, this is the stage 1, and after that there's not much more time to go in with. There's not much more way to wait in with. But what I believe, you have to be really very careful. You have to be really very alert with how you move on, with what strategies you go on, and with what plannings these all things come up with. But now what I can find, I could see a very unrealistic start. 1 hit getting a very devastating game from their side. Only 2 players are surviving, and the elimination of those 2 players have been done. I'm really very afraid and really very challenged for one hit that how they're gonna play the game from here. Well, let's see how it's going to be. But for now, talking about team TRQ, well, they're also looking really very strong. They're also looking really very progressive to be taken care of. 15 teams, 58 remaining players, and I find it really very difficult for them to go on with, because the way they are playing in, the way they are going in, four-man standing, they haven't got any finish points, still searching for those another few finishes point from here, which is very devastating to go on with. But 15 teams, 58 remaining players. Military base is a region where you get a good amount of loot, or huge loot. If you loot very nicely, it would be fruitful for your team, but if you don't, it would be really challenging for your team and for your players as well. But let's see how they're gonna go. Let's see how they're gonna move in and how they're gonna play. For now, what I can see, I could see different teams, mesmerizing gameplays yet to come on in today's day, and they're searching for better loot, they're searching for a better game in today's day. It's not very much easy, it's not very much doable, but you have to be really very alert. You have to be really very approachable with your plans and with your doability. From here, the game must be a bit challenging, a bit progressive, and how do you accept those challenges? This is the question surviving for the time being. But I would like to request each and everyone, guys, if you're watching the stream, please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends, with your mates, and do show your support as well. But on to the other end, SDMZ, 4-man standing with those 0 finishes point. Well, they have got those 3 chicken dinner. The way they are moving in, the way they are playing in, it's truly very dependable. It's truly very phenomenal to go on. But 15 teams, 58 remaining players, and from here, it's a very important role that how you will go in, how will you play in, what would be your strategies and momentums as well. But 15 teams, 58 players. Let's see how they're gonna play. Let's see how they're gonna go, and how they're gonna get the better results out of those regions. But team 1 hit, 4-men standing, they haven't got any finish point yet, and still searching for more and more. Goat Muli waiting in for the right time. Sin having a bit of height advantage over there. Okay, this could be really very difficult. Goat still trying to figure it out how they could win and get the better position out there, but I find it's really very difficult to go on. Soul having a shotgun with them. It's not really very easy how to take those fights over there, but Goat waiting for the right time. Having that patience, having that hold, watching your enemies in front of you and still not getting the shots very rightly is something that you have to build with a lot of experience. This takes a lot of good time and good effort as well, but at the same time, the Chajopul Hill, which we barely talk about, is the X factor for now, where we could see Team Sin rolling in and getting a good approachable head over there. Let's see. This team has recently impressed me a lot. The way they are playing, the way they are going, man, oh man. Consistency is just another level at its peak. Getting those back-to-back, especially chicken dinners, and those 4 chicken dinner, consistency in every day. In 4 matches, almost they're getting those 2 wins very easily. And the way they are playing, almost in 8 matches, they have got 4 wins, which is the percentage around 50% win. If they're coming in the match, it's very much sure that they're gonna win the game very dangerously, very fearlessly. But I could see a fight at the downgrade region of Katka, around 3 to 4 teams coming in, and I personally find it really very difficult. I personally find it really very challenging how they are moving in, how they're going in. Let's see what approach could be formed over there, but having a bit of height advantage will always help you. Both maps, getting those shots very rightly. Jelly over there. is barely surviving those few HP. Muli moving in forward, trying to figure it out what could be the best position out there to take this fight. Coming as Limli, but I feel that it's really very difficult to go on with 2.5 minutes almost on there. This is the stage 2, and from here it's really very difficult to go on. ISSL Lucifer still waiting in for the right time, still waiting in for the right moment. Jimmy, Doubter, Mamutha, 4 men standing with those 1 finish point into their favor. And yes, it's a pretty good start. It's a pretty decent start to go on with. Let's see how they're coming in. Let's see how they would go further to get those finishes point and get those momentum out there. But Team ISSL, if they are surviving, it's totally clear that they're just gonna take that winner chicken. And even one more thing about this team is that they just managed to get on the top 3 anyhow. If they are missing the chicken dinner, they're in the top 3. They're getting those finishes point, they're getting those place point very rightly. And you have to believe this team, you have to believe that consistency, you have to believe that doability, you have to believe that holdability. The way they are playing, it's not very easy to say. But yeah, Lucifer, Jimmy, Amutha, 1 finish point, and this is a pretty good start. This is a pretty good hold from their side. Let's see how would they move and what should be their strategies. But guys, we have only done those 6 likes. I'm expecting another few more likes. 37 people, more than 37 people are joining or watching us. So if you haven't liked the stream, please just go do hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends, with your mates, to show your support. Team TTS, blah blah, Thugs, Shafu. There you go. All of them are 4 men standing with 0 finishes point into their favor. Almost on top 15 teams, almost on top 55 remaining players. I could see Thugzy, Cloakzy, blah blah, all of them having a pretty good time over there. You know, Razok Water City is always a pretty good region where I enjoy a lot. For those holding position, it's the best one. You know, you can have those mid-range fight, you can have those mid-range battle over there. Cloakzy, I could find the speed players over there. They are taking their time and waiting for the right time to go in, waiting for the right moment to go in. How would they play and how would they move on? But here, Taxi, Shafu, Cloakzy, 4 men stand. They haven't got any finish point for now. And this is the stage 2. This is the stage 2 from here. I totally agree. I totally agree that you would be searching for another few finishes point. You would be searching for another momentous fight. That how would he go in and win the battle over there? Well, at the same time, 15 teams are still surviving, 55 players. Storm, he is just trying to do something really very different. He's just trying to take those action over there and show some bit a good aggressive game there, but it's not very much easy. You really have to be really very alert. You have to be really very approachable and plannable with your thoughts and with your plannings. One bad approach, one mistake over there, I think that's enough. That's enough for you to be eliminated. But 43 people have joined us, and guys, I'll just request you one thing, that if you haven't liked the stream, please just go do hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream, because your support is something that is very much required to the organization, to the management team, to the production team, everybody out there, whoever is working here, you know, working for this particular event. They just need your motivation, they just need your support. And yeah, your support is something that boosts the casters and everyone. But still, what I believe, 15 teams, 55 players, 53 seconds is still left. Team CND, Planky, Exam, Shanu, Mupsi, all of them are 4 men standing with those 1 finish point into their favor, and it's a pretty good start. It's a pretty good start from their side coming in. Let's see how this start just gonna blow up and what would be their approach. But Coach Shafi, okay, some shots have been taken. He has to be really very careful. Barely surviving on those few HP, and this is looking difficult for him. This is looking very challenging for him. Let's see, is he ready for that challenge? Is he very much approachable? Right now, stage 2, 12 seconds is remaining in front of them. It's team DTR. Talking about team RLX, Dilla, Sana, Funky, Destro, All of them are waiting for the right time. All of them are waiting for the right moment. And let's see which is the right moment to come in, which is the right area to come in. But it's not very much doable. Talking about the zone shift, well, zone has been totally shifted towards the southeastern parts of the region. A hard shift coming in, and most of the teams are outside of the zone, and it's difficult for them. How will they come in? What must be their strategies? What must be their momentums? What must be their doability? I find it really very difficult to go on with, but you have to be really very careful. You have to be really very doable with your thoughts and with your plans. But let's see how it's going in. CYANIDE waiting in below the rotation line. I could find team ISSL very close. Even looking at team RLX, they're also waiting in. They're also taking their time. They're also taking their moment to get those finishes point very rightly. Let's see, is it possible to go on with Labra at 69? Okay, trying to get those shots. Team TTS, blah blah, Thugzy, Shafuk, Logzy. Looking really very alert, looking really very doable and approachable, but it's not very much easy to go on. You have to be really very alert, blah blah, having those tap shots very rightly. It's very difficult for them to go on. Let's see how they're going in with, let's see how they're moving in with 15 teams, 52 remaining players. You have another 55 seconds remaining, and after that, from here, I think you have to move inside the zone. Next zone shift is really very important, but TRQ, they are just trying to initiate some fights. Talking about team CND, they're also 4 men standing with those 0 finishes point into their side, almost on top 15 teams, top 51 remaining players. And from here to there, how would he move on? How would he go on? This is the question arising. This is the game arising. And let's see how they will move on. 19 seconds is just remaining. After that, zone shrink will come in. After that, good game is going to come in, and you have to be very much prepared with those plan, with those holdables, with those modality. But it's not very much doable. Let's see how they are going in with. Let's see how they are moving in with. Have to be very much doable with those plans and with those approachable scenarios. But 15 teams, 51 remaining players. This is the stage 3. You have another 1.5 minutes remaining. 1 hit. Players still waiting for the right time. Oh my god, I really find it very difficult for the players. I really find it difficult for the teams to go in and find the holdability, find the positionability, because from here to there, it's almost very difficult to go in. "15 teams, 51 players, and now you are invited to the heart of Wrangle poaching key." Okay, those grenades have been used. Clumsy has been taken down. Blanky, Bidsy, all of them are waiting in for the right time, waiting for the right moment. And it's really very difficult. It's really very challenging for them to go on, but still waiting in for the right time. Let's see how will this fight go in. Those grenades, those throwables have been used, and but I believe you have to be really very approachable. You have to be really very prepared, really be prepared with your plans and with your ability, because one mistake will be directly going towards the elimination. One bad move will be directly moving towards the end game, and I don't find it's very much to able to go on with 14 teams, 43 remaining players. This is the first finish point which has been secured. Okay, there you go, Team GZ. That was really a beauty coming in. That was totally insane, man. Totally insane game throughout the game. The way these players are playing in, that's totally out of the world. Let's see how they are going in. Let's see how they are playing in. But for now, what I can see, Well, I could see a great battle over there around this Rozok Water City, around those ruins region. I could find those 2 to 3 players waiting in. TTS, GOAT, TM7, ISSL, BTS, and everybody out there, AGT, and just trying to get those momentous fights, just trying to get those doable fights very, very rightly and very, very doably. The way they are playing, I think that's totally fantastic to be taken care of. Kara, Eddie, waiting in for the right time, waiting for the right moment. 31 seconds is remaining. You have to be really very careful with your plans. This is the stage 4. And from here, I really find it very difficult. I really find it very difficult to go on with. Mini 7 and RC waiting in team 1 hit. Well, they have to be really very alert. They have to wait for the right time to go when some random shots have been taken. They're finding a way how they could move in, but TM7, they're not looking at the great position. You can't hide behind a single tree. You know, you should have a good strong rock cover out there, but these vehicles, I don't think this will help for a longer period of time. Stiff Mr. I think he is really looking very stiff and not that confident enough. Things are going down the lane, and you are just having another 50 seconds in your hand. Twelve teams, 40 remaining players, and a pretty good start, a pretty doable start coming in. The way players are playing in, the way game is going in, I think it's not very much doable. TM7, DTR waiting in for the right time. Kara, Eddie, Tutsun, Hades, 4 men standing with those 4 finishers point into their favor, and it's a pretty good start. It's a pretty doable start. Just 5 seconds remaining in. And Kara just trying to get those shots very rightly, very doably. And let's see how they could go in. Let's see how they would play and what would be their strategies, what would be their momentum. Mini 7 RC waiting in, TM7 Hades and Tosun getting those shots, getting those fights very rightly. I could find only 2 to 3 teams inside the zone. Other than every team, you know, it's totally outside of the zone, and it's really very difficult for them to come in. It's really very challenging for them to go in. You have to be really very alert. You have to be really very playable. You have to be really very doable. One wrong start, they're totally at the loss. Well, 12 teams, 38 remaining players. This is the stage 5. You have another 59 seconds remaining in. DTR still waiting in. Thaxi getting the shots very rightly. Oh my god, getting those Carls very rightly. Shafu, Cloxy. This is really very difficult for them. 12 teams, 38 remaining players. You have just under 40 seconds remaining, and after that, a new zone shrink. This will come in. This is the stage 5, and DTR, I could see this team, you know, having those 2 men strong advantage almost on top. 12 teams, top 38 alive players. Another 28 seconds, 27 seconds will help them out. But stage 5 from here to there, how will you move on? This is the question arising. Goat Muley, BTS A by not OP, Agent, Galhe, having a pretty decent team over there. DRQ, it's difficult. It's very difficult for them. Even looking at SDMZ, it's not very doable. You have just another few seconds remaining, and after that, a new zone formation will catch you up and will result into a lot of challenges, will result you in a lot of difficulties. Let's see how they're gonna go. Let's see how they're gonna play. 12 teams, 36 remaining players. This is the stage 5. Another 36 seconds is remaining, and after that I find this zone shrink will happen and things may bite down. Let's see how it's going to be. Let's see how players are gonna play, what should be their strategies, what should be their momentums. It's not very much easy. It's not very much doable for them to go on with. 9 teams, 27 remaining players. This is the stage 5. Just another 1 minute is remaining. Those two finishers point is really very united. You have 1 minute, 1.5 minutes into their favor. GOATesports has been eliminated at the first position over there. 4 finishers point already into their side. Oh, I find it difficult. I find it difficult for Team TTS. 2 players has been taken down. And Agents, well, they're also looking in trouble. But this grenade on Team ISSL, well, this will just blow up their dreams. Lucifer, the Lone Ranger, surviving. Whole responsibility onto his shoulder, and he really have to be careful. He really have to be really very alert and progressive. One wrong move, this could go for that elimination. But BTS, oh, he was not prepared. They were not prepared for the grenade. Rocky finding that M416, and one by one those shots are been taken. And Lucifer, well, there you go. That was a great grenade on the target. And a great elimination coming down the lane. You have another 6. This is the 6th stage, and you have another, 6 seconds remaining for you to go inside the zone. Let's see how it's going to be. SDMZ, Agents, Ayub, Vyan, almost 3 men standing with those 7 finishers point into their favor. Pretty good, a pretty decent start what we can see over here, and I don't find it really very difficult to go on with that. I don't find it really very challenging for them to move on with. TR2 Titan, very good. Devil, all of them are 3 men standing with 1 finish point into their favor. We have another 1.5 minutes remaining. This is the stage 6, and not very easy for the players and for the teams to go on. Well, let's see how it's going to be. Let's see how they're planning to play on Rocky, Sarex, NOOB. 3 men standing with those 4 finishes point. But this was a good grenade. This was a good grenade coming in on the target. 2 finishes point has already been secured. TRQ, Devil, very good. Titan getting the shots very rightly. 2 finishes point into the favor. Almost. What I can see is they're on the top 4 teams, top 11 remaining players. I find it really very difficult. Let's see how they could move in. Let's see how they are going to play and what would be their strategies. But still, it's not very much easy. Still, it's not very much doable for them to go on. But you have to be really very alert. You have to be really very doable. 4 teams, 9 remaining players, and things are moving just down the lane. Things are moving just above. Hand down, but you have to anyhow, you have to anyhow maintain that same legacy. You have to anyhow maintain that same potentiality. 3 teams, 8 remaining players. This is the end game. Stage 7, 24 seconds after that, 8th stage will form up, and things would be really very difficult to go on. 2 teams, 4 remaining players, and from here I find it really very difficult. From here I find it really very challenging for them. Okay, that was a good shot. That was a pretty good shot coming in, and this is a very nice winner chicken dinner for the teams and for the players to be played on with. The first game was a pretty good game coming in. The way it started and the way it ended was pretty mesmerizing to watch it, and I hope even our audience enjoyed the game and they really loved it. If you enjoyed the game, guys, you just have to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends, with your mates, and do show your support, because your support is something that is very much required to us, to the organization, to the management team, everybody out there. But team SDMZ, this is the 4th chicken dinner for this team with 10 elimination, 20 points, which will rank them at somewhat a 2nd position with 88 overall points and a great domination coming in. But talking about the match elimination, well, 10 elimination, 20 points, and 7 by Ovian, 3 by Jayuskar, and Agent haven't secured any. So yeah, pretty up above start by the players and by the teams. One hit NRC, okay, 8 elimination, 5 place point 13, and SDMZ they got 20. So yeah, it's a clear cut win into head to head. But talking about the the current scenarios, SDMZ Esports, they have got the first position and one hit NRC 13 with the second, E2 SDM 7 10 with third position. And looking forward for other teams, well, BTS Mafia RGC, they really played well. But talking about the most valuable player MVP, 7 eliminations by Ovian, 5 eliminations by Soli, Potter 4, Mini 4, Haite 4, and yeah, it was a great game. It was a great even down the lane. ISSL NOOB Alliance, well, they have also got 124 total points into their side. The way they played was truly fantastic. SDMZ Esports still on the second position. And what I believe from here, you have to get that win. ISSL NOOB, the amount of lead they are having, it's very phenomenal. Well, talking about few other teams, looking forward towards Detroit, TTS Esports, One Hit Gods Club, GOATesports, Agents. Well, they're playing really very beautifully. All of them have good finishes point and placement, but from here, I don't think they can get a good comeback out of here. Lucifer got 28 elimination, Jimmy 21, Ovian 16, Haite 16, Potter 16 into their side, which is a pretty good game coming down the lane. So yeah, we could find in the MVP list, we could find these two players of ISSL, the way they are playing in, the way they are gaming in. That's really very fond of. But first match is almost done and dusted. The next match is map of Miramar, and it's gonna be really very interesting, really very insane how these players gonna play. But after that and before that, you have to like, you have to subscribe, you have to show your support in the chat section, you have to do everything that is very much required. And the one and the most important thing that's very much required from you is to get that momentum, to get the support, so we can bring some back-to-back more events, some back-to-back more tournaments and stuff like that. But keeping those things aside, and we'll be moving towards the next match with the map of Miramar. But before that, if you haven't watched the first match, just do watch the highlights and enjoy, have fun.
Girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I like the girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done. like the girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I like the girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done.
Close your eyes. Close your eyes. back on.
Okay, so well, ladies and gentlemen, here we are coming back after a short break, and I'm really very excited for the second match to go in because this is the map of Miramar, and the map of Miramar will bring with a lot of chaos, those clusters, those chaotic starts. But what I believe from here to there, it's a very difficult start to go on Miramar. Well, the fly path would be really very important. If I talk about the zone formation and other stuff, it's a very big map. Rotation would be really very difficult. But as we have seen in the last few days, the way players are playing in, the way they are going through with lots of ups and downs, I think that is totally very exciting to be going in. But from here, I still believe that you really have to be careful. You really have to be very alert. But talking about the fly path, let's see. Starting from those southwestern parts of the region, ending towards those northeastern parts of the region, a perfect diagonal fly path is coming in. A perfect region is coming in over those regions. And now, what I believe from here, you have to be really very alert with those fly paths and those zones. So, talking about the zone formation, well, it's a southeastern shift totally towards southern regions, southwestern regions, where Los Leones and Puerto Parisa is playing a very major role out there. But I still believe that it's not going to be very easy. It's not going to be very doable for the players and for the teams to go in with. But at the same time, what we talk about the consistency, if you have to go in with that same alert, if you have to go in with that same momentum, I think you have to maintain that good terms, good communication, good coordination with your teams and with your players for the time being. But talking about TM7, they're having a pretty good hold, they are having a pretty good start, and it's not very much easy for them to go on with. But if you hold that potential, if you have that potential, to be very honest, I personally find it very doable. 15 teams, 60 players, a very perfect combined lobby where things can go in very nicely, where things can play on very nicely. And how would this go in? This is the question arising for the players. This is the question arising for the teams for the time being. Well, you have another few seconds remaining in. And the way it's going in, I think that could be really very difficult. That could be really very challenging. 15 teams, 60 remaining players. This is the stage 1, and another 1.5 minutes is very much required. The way you are moving in, the way you are going in, but at the same time, you can get a very good loot out of here. You can get a very good momentum out of here, and after that, you'll just try to get that same holdability. After that, you'll just try to gain that same doability and same potentiality throughout the areas. But at the same time, guys, if you are watching the stream, please do hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends, with your mates, and do show your support, because your support, as I always tell, your support is really something that's very much required, that's very much accepted of. But similarly, at the same time, 15 teams, 59 remaining players. This is the stage 1. You have another 21 seconds remaining. Talking about team RLX, Delay, Funky, Sarah, Destro, MF7, all of them are 4 men standing with those no finishes point from here. But yeah, they must be searching for some finishes point, and they'll be surely going with those finishes point very rightly and very doably. But at the same time, I would request each and everybody to show your support by hitting that like button, subscribing the channel, sharing the stream with your friends, with your mates, and with your doables. TM7, 4 men standing, no finishes point, almost on top 15. But still, I believe they must be searching for a few more in the upcoming stage. Well, let's see how they're coming up with. Let's see what would be there in the upcoming stages. But for now, what I can see, what I can find, things are not going that way. Things are not going and not picking up that way. because what I can see is there 15 teams, 59 players, 4.5 minutes are still left out there, and you really have to be very alert. You really have to be very doable, very approachable, and things may differ out, but too soon. TM7, Kara, Heights, all of them are 3 men standing with those 0 finishers point, almost on top 15 teams, almost on top 58 alive players. Let's see how they are going to play on, how they are going to be mixed up on, and I find it very difficult. I find it very challenging for the players, very challenging for the teams to be taken care of. Another 3.5 minutes. You just have to complete those loots. Just have to complete those doability, and then you have to go on. Then you have to go on with that same holdability, and then you have to go on with that same doability. But for now, what I can find, team 1 hit, the way they are moving in, the way they are going in, that's really very insane. That's really very undoable to be taken care of, because they're having no finishers point. They're looting just very widely, getting those MP45, Scarlet, shotgun, every weapon that is very much required. And from here to there, this could be a really very tough task. This could be a really very challenging task. But let's see. You never know what things may happen, how things may go, and what things be preferred of. Well, at the same time, 15 teams, 58 remaining players, which is a pretty good number, which is a pretty decent number, to be very precise. The competition is still there in the lobby. Players are taking much of their time. They're not rushing in. They're not pushing in very hardly for those finishers point, or for those place point out there, which is really very different to find off. Because if you go with that same momentum, if you go with that same doability or same potentiality, things may change on. But RLX, if I look towards this team, well, they're having a pretty good hold. They are having a pretty good start. TM7, Kara, Heads, too soon, 3 men standing with those 0 finishers point into their favor. Almost on top 15 teams, top 57 live players, which is a pretty decent number, which is a pretty combined number to be taken care of. But from here, I personally look that it's not very easy to go in with. But let's see how it's forming up. 1 minute 19 seconds remaining. This is the stage 1, and you have to be really very planned with your hold abilities, with your doabilities, how you're going to move in, how you're planning to move in, what would be your strategies, what would be your momentums, and everything out there, how you're planning the things up. But 58 seconds is just what the time is left in your hand, and after that things may change in, after that things may collide in and differ a lot. But similarly, 15 teams, 57 remaining players. This is the stage 1. Another 46 seconds remaining, and how will you utilize those 46 seconds? This is the question rising. But Destro form, this is very difficult. Delay 31, Funky, Sara, all of them are getting those shots very rightly. Just 30 seconds remaining, and you really have to be alert. You have to be really very alert and really very doable with your plans and with your thoughts. Some shots have been delivered out. Hated getting those shots. MP45, which is a great weapon. RLX looking in trouble while talking about TM7. Well, they have to be really very careful, really very planned up with your plannings and with your doabilities. But right now, what I look forward is not in a good position. Last 1 seconds remaining. This is the stage 1, and after this, you have to be very dependable. Team RLX looking at a very good position. Talking about team 1 hit, they're also having a pretty good decent start. Omega, Storm, Hata, OP, 4 men standing with those 1 finish point into their favor, and it's a pretty decent start. To be very honest, it's a pretty decent start where you're trying to get those finishes point with the help of your team. And if you go with that same momentum, if you go with that same doability, things totally may come in your way. Well, talking about Labrat, the Lone Ranger, Sana, the Lone Region surviving for the team. Let's see how is he planning to move in. Okay, MP45 a great win moving inside the smoke. Well, it's all like an hide and seek game under the smoke where things are not colliding that way. That was really very difficult to go on, but right now it's a clear-cut win, and I don't think so TM7 can win over here. 1v4, it's really looking very impossible. MP45 in his hand is going for the first player to be taken care of, and yes, he does that. He's going for the second one. The weapon comes on reload. Shotgun. Well, it totally defines the work, and the work has been defined, done and dusted. One hit. Yes, they have got their start, which was very much required. Team TTR versus Team GOAT. Okay, Jelly. Well, it's time to move towards the lobby because Maidsi, that grenade is totally on the target, and unexpectedly, Jelly was not prepared for that. Well, probably let's see how it's gonna be, how they are planning to, how they are going to play in 12 teams, 44 remaining players for the time being. You have another 1.5 minutes remaining. This is the stage to 12 teams, 44 remaining players. AGT, iBox, Pablo, Dagi, all of them are 4-man standing with those 0 finishes point. And 59 seconds, this is just the time what is remaining in. And after that, you have to move inside the zone. You have to get that potentiality. You have to get that good momentum out there to be in the position. But right now, looking at Team Sin, Soul, Rip, Koti, Yaha, well, they are having a pretty good game. They are having a pretty decent game. They're having a pretty decent finishes point coming down the lane. And from here to there, it's not very much easy. It's not very much doable for them to go back, but a hard peek, a hard scope, smooth, waiting in for the right time. So if he gives a peek, things may differ out, but this is a very good position. I find this a very good position. From here, you can take those early shots and early holdables. Okay, Samu waiting in. He's waiting in for his turn. He's waiting in for his time to come in where he could get those shots. And let's see how things are coming up. Exan, well, he's also having a good position. A 4v4 battle may come in, but you have a lot of time. You have a lot of game. Another 1.5, 2 minutes. This is the stage 2, and after that, you really have to be very precise. You really have to be very approachable, because things may differ down, things may change and be challenging for the players, be challenging for the teams a lot. And one mistake and you'll be totally out of the lobby, you'll be totally out of the game. But at the end of the region, somehow waiting in very quietly, waiting in very silently. This is the stage 2, and you have another 1 minute 12 seconds remaining. Let's see how they're gonna go. Let's see how they're gonna plan, and how the things are going to be. But what I find, another 1 minute in the hand. Okay, Thugs getting the shots, the first knock, and an instant finish. This is the start what was very much required. And talking about Team TTS, well, TTS is moving in just to deploy their soldiers out there and to demolish Stiff Mister. It's not very much easy. Thugs waiting for the right angle, holding those TPP angles very tightly. But this grenade, oh, is coming very close, and it totally was unaware how these things can happen. But Team TTS getting those shots very rightly. Thugs, those shots are totally on target. Another 14 seconds. This is the stage 2. I can also find Team BTS over there who are very close to Team TTS and getting those shots very rightly. But to be very honest, it's very unusual to say. If you go with that same momentum, if you go with that same hold, things may happen in the upcoming times as well. But if you go very unplanned, if you go, without having a better plan onto your side, things like this may happen. You can't, honestly, you can't say that what will be the game. Honestly, you can't say that what will be your holdability or what will be your doability. But what I can find over here, that you have to be really very careful, you have to be really very alert. Onto the other end, talking about the zone formation, a zone is totally been shifted towards the southern parts of the region, and from here to there, it's a very long go. It's a very long task to be taken care of. Let's see how these things are coming up. Let's see how these things are going up and how these things will happen and take place. This is mostly very important and to be taken care of. But at the same time, these grenades, trying in way some random grenades around those vehicles. One hit, trying to hit really very hard. But what I believe, it's not very much easy to get those shots on the target this much easily. Getting a good grenade out of here, it's very difficult. It's really very difficult. Clumsy waiting in. Okay, he has got the time. It's his time to get those knocks and finish his point, but he missed it. He missed it. I was expecting a headshot over there, but somehow we missed it. I was expecting some headshot and some amazing game to come over there. That was not very much doable. Let's see how they're coming in with that same intent, how they're going in with that same intent. But for now, oh my god, TRQ hiding. Team 1 hit, they have a chance. They have a good chance to go in and get those finishes point very rightly, very doably. Let's see what they are planning. Let's see what is there in their mind. Last 8 seconds, this is the stage 3. Things may collide up, jumble up a lot, and triple like something or the other. But you have to be really very careful. You have to be really very planned with your holdings and with your plannings, because I find it really very difficult. Stage 3. Let's see how it's going to be. 1 minute 16 seconds is remaining. This is the stage 3. One hit waiting in TRQ. Devil, Titan. Okay, one by one. They are getting those shots very lightly. Clumsy, GZ, Demon GZ, all of them are waiting in. All of them are having a good hold, having a good potential out there. And one by one, getting those knocks, getting those finishes point. We'll rank them at a good position. We'll rank them at a very nice holdable position. But Titan, oh my god, he's been taken down. The way one hit did this was totally phenomenal, but they lost their one player. It's Clumsy, and not one player, I'll say they have lost their 2 players, Clumsy and Cesar, and they are on the verge of losing third player, Dina GZ. If the revival is not done very soon, it may happen that he'll lose the third player as well. Let's see how it's going to be. Team CYANIDE, Shami, Blanky, Xayan, Shanu, Furman standing with those 0 finishes point, and a decent start, and a very decent start, to be honest, is coming in play. Well, at the same time, this is the stage 4. You have another 1500 meters to travel inside the zone. And what I believe, this is not enough. What I believe, you have to be really very careful. You have to be really very doable with your plans, with your holdability, and upcoming eras and stage out there. 10 teams, 34 remaining players, another 1.5 minutes remaining, and I find it really very challenging. I find it really very difficult for the players to go on. Let's see how they're coming up. Let's see how they're planning it up. But talking about the zone formation, it's been totally shifted towards the northern parts of the region, and let's see how they're planning to take this fight on. 10 teams, 34 remaining players. This is the stage 4, and you have just another 47 seconds remaining. You need to be really very careful, really very alert with your plans and with your durabilities. SDMZ having 4-man strong advantage with those 1 finish point into their favor. Almost on top, 10 teams, almost on top. 34 remaining players. Things are going just down and above. Things are going just up and above. You have 22 seconds remaining, and this is the stage 4. Let's see with what planning, with what execution are they coming up. But it's not very much easy. It's CND getting the shots, but they haven't confirmed the shots into knocks or finishes. But still searching for another few more upcoming shots, but the zone shrink, that's really very insane to go on with. Ten teams, 34 remaining players. This is the stage 4. Well, the way they are moving in, the way they are going in, I really find it very difficult. I really find it very challenging for the players, for the teams to go on with. But you have to be really very alert. You have to be really very progressive with your plans and with your durabilities. But for now, what I can see, well, AGT getting the shots with those 0 point, almost on top 10 teams, top 34 alive players. This is a pretty good start, to be very honest. But at the stage 5, I don't think so. This will be very much doable, because looking at team BTS, Rocky, Demon, both OP, BTS, RLX, NOOB, all of them are 4-man standing, and a pretty decent start, a pretty doable start to be maintained off. You have another 1.5 minutes remaining. Stage 5, talking about the zone shrink. Well, totally towards the southern parts of the region. Looking forward towards the team DTR, Sin, CNS, BTS. All of them are having a pretty good man advantage. And whenever you have a man advantage, you surely go for that aggressive approach and get those finishes point. Maintain that balance. But from here to there, how much is it possible? This is the question arising. From here to there, how much this is doable? This is the question arising. But I find it really very difficult for each and every team out there. Well, looking at ISSL, they are again and again playing with that same consistency. They are again and again playing with that same holdability and durability, and the way they are playing in, the way they are going in, that's truly insane, man. I find very difficult for the players to go in. But from here, you somehow have to be very much alert. One hit ISSL, these are the few contenders in the game who are trying to be just at the another level, who are trying to be just at the another phase of the game. But let's see how it's going to be, because right now it's 10 teams and 33 remaining players. It's very unusual. It's very difficult for them to go on. Looking at the current scenarios, things are not working the right way. 10 teams, 33 remaining players. This is the stage 5. Another 36 to 37 seconds are remaining. And talking about the current condition, 10 teams, 5th stage it is. You have just 26 seconds in your hand, and after that a new zone shrink will come in, and somehow you have to be really very alert. Somehow you have to be really very progressive with your plans and with your durability after that, because I don't think that this will be possible anymore for any team to come up. Well, 10 teams, 32 remaining players. This is the stage 5, and you have just another 1.5 remaining, so you have to be really very alert and be balanced with your plans. But looking at the current scenario, 32 minutes, 32 I'm sorry, 32 remaining players are still out there trying to find out a way, trying to find out the region over there. But it's not very much easy. It's not very much doable for the players and for the teams to go in and get a comeback over there. 45 seconds in your leg, 45 seconds in your hand. Stage 6, 56 meter. You have to travel almost and almost, and you have to keep the things very updated. You have to keep the things very doable, because one mistake, this will totally take you towards the elimination. So you know, you have to keep that balance. You have to make that potentiality. But right now, 10 teams, 32 remaining players, 16 seconds is remaining, and this is the stage 6. Talking about the zone formation, well, what I can see, this is a very different zone formation coming in play. You have another 7 to 6 seconds remaining, and the way teams are fighting against each other around those compounds and those open blocks, I think third party, fourth party is very usual. You have to be mentally very prepared and planned as well, that if the third party comes in, what's the plan to go in? Are you taking that fight, or are you disengaging it? So yeah, everything out there is ready to come in, and how much you are ready, this is the question. Nine teams, 29 remaining players, and from here to there, I think it's a very unusual start. It's a very unusual game to be taken care of. Let's see how they're coming up with what would be their strategies. But now TT has been 10. Okay, he has been taken down. 7 teams, 21 players. On an average, if I talk about each player and each team, well, everybody will get those 3-man strong advantage, and those 3-man strong advantage will totally help them around. You know, what we talk about the position, what we talk about the aggression, the position is totally onto the next level. The position is totally onto the, you know, next stage, because from here, if you have the man advantage, you're just going to survive. But you're not having the man advantage, it's difficult to go on. Even you know what I believe, apart from man advantage, you should also have that healings. If you want to go for heal battle, well, I believe even that may be very much possible. Okay, those grenades are looking difficult, are looking very challenging, and very undoable. 7 teams, 21 remaining players, and I find it really very difficult for them. 21 players are still surviving. Another 22 seconds. This is the 7th stage. The way they are going in, the way they are playing in, it's not very much expected. It's not very much expected from the players and from the teams, because I find it really very difficult to go on. Looking at the current scenarios, you have 6 to 7 seconds remaining. This is the 7th stage. Survival is just looking like impossible, but still players are surviving under the knee, underneath. Everybody out there are surviving anyhow. I don't know how, but they're doing so. They're doing so very rightly and very targetedly. From here to there, it could be a difficult task, but 5 teams, 15 remaining players. This is the 8th stage, and you have another 40 seconds remaining into your hand. So let's see how they are coming up with, how they are going up with. From here, 27 seconds. This is the 8th stage. Sin still waiting in very quietly, very silently, for the right time, for the right moment to come in. But it's not very much easy, it's not very much doable. After this zone will go into the end game, and I find it as a, you know, most tragic game, because the way it's going in, it's coming for an over melodramatic drama. Let's see how that melodramatic drama is going to pay on. But Team Sin having that zone, having that area very rightly, those grenades, those throwables, the way it is going to be, that's totally on the target. That's totally on the way, but right now 5-15 remaining players. Okay, those shotgun approaches are really very insane. Demon, he has taken that win, but oh my god! It's a 1v3. It's a 1v3 clutch coming in. Whatever we were expecting of, I think that is being delivered. What an amazing game, man. Oh man. 4 teams, 8 remaining players. This is the 8th stage. I find it really very difficult. I find it really very challenging. Lucifer still trying to get the shots over there. ISSL NOOB. They're already on the top 3, and whenever they're on the top 3, it's their chicken dinner coming in. But for now, it's totally a melodramatic ending. It's the 8th stage, but still players are surviving. And what we have observed in the past few matches, this type of ending never happened before in this particular tournament, to be very honest. Well, totally, the competition is just shifted to a next level since still waiting in Agent having the DPS with that S12K, waiting in for the right time, waiting in for the right moment out there. And he's just waiting, having that DPS as well. Seeing Koti RIP-B07, those grenades. Oh my god, you have to be really very alert. But Lucifer, he has been taken down. And Team Sin is just down and dusted. I could find SDMZ and Team Sin both over there, having a pretty good area, having a pretty good hold. But from here, it's very difficult to say that how they're gonna go, with what approach they're gonna go, with what mindset they're gonna play, because SDMZ, whenever they're in the top 3, they also have a pretty good chance of getting that whenever in a chicken dinner and maintaining that same lead. But Agent 27, okay, it's very difficult. S12K into their hand, moving in very silently, moving in very quietly, trying to find a way over there. But these grenades, these throwables, how much will this help them around? This is the question, but I don't think so. This will really help them. So at the same time, Agent is just moving in, having that S12K into their hand. But oh my god, I think it's Team SDMZ. If I am not wrong, it's gonna be Team SDMZ. The way they played, the way they moved, the way they dominated, I think they may be a clear-cut winner. But let's see which is the team, which is the player coming in the battle. And yes, it's Team RGC Syndicate. Okay, I'm sorry, 7 elimination into their side, 17 total points in this match, and overall they have got those 69 points. If I talk about the match statistics, winner statistics, well, it's almost 7 elimination, which means 1 by Xian, 1 by Rip, and 5 by Koti. A perfect balance moving towards the match standings and head-to-head. Well, in head-to-head, it's a clear-cut win by RGC Syndicate. The way they played, the way they won was really very fantastic. And from here, you have another 2 matches. But I would love to see the MVP list and the overall list as well. Well, talking about Syndicate 17, 12, SDMZ 1 hit, 11, BTS Mafia 9, and ISSL NOOB Alliance 7. So yeah, a pretty good game, a pretty decent game coming in. But from here, I still believe it's very much difficult. Let's see to the overall standings and overall match MVP. Who are those players getting those MVP very rightly? Well, talking about the top fraggers, well, Koti 5, 0-4, Owner 3, Hateopi 3, and Medzi also secured those 3 elimination into this game. But this is not done. The most of the changes will be done in the overall. There are still 2 more matches. If ISSL NOOB gets eliminated very early, and if SDMZ eSports plays very well, they can secure the first position. But let's see how much is it possible very practically and very logically by both of these teams. But for now, BTS Mafia 72, 1 hit and AC 72, moving towards the overall MVP list, who are all 5 players. But before that, looking forward to the second page. I don't find any competition, anything coming up from this page, the first page, because it's almost done and dusted. Today is the last day and last few matches are left. So I think there's nothing to worry about. 30 point by Lucifer, 30 finishes point by Lucifer, 21 by Jimmy, Opian 17, Koti 17, Hate elimination is 17. So a very decent game coming down the lane. We are almost done with those two matches. Another two matches, map of Senok and map of Miramar is still left down the lane. And the next map, as we all know, this is the map of comebacks, this is the map of chaos, this is the map of surprises and full of those sudden attacks. So yeah, we'll be very much waiting and awaited to see that which team is coming down the lane to get that chicken dinner in this game. And I find it really very challenging for every team out there. But before that, just a humble request that if you haven't liked the stream, guys, just please go do hit that like button, subscribe the channel, do share the stream with your friends, with your mates, and do show your support as well. But with that, we'll take a short break. Let's meet after a short break. Till then, stay tuned and keep supporting us.
Girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I like the girls with their nails done. Girls with their girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I like the girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done now.
Close your eyes.
Okay, so well, ladies and gentlemen, here we are back after a short break, and this is the map of Sanok, map of comebacks, map of chaos. Let's see how it's gonna be. Full of those sudden attacks, full of those snakes, a lot of chaos, a lot of things coming down the lane. But you really have to enjoy this game. But before that, we move in. You just have to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends, with your mates, and do show your support. But right now, what I can see is, if I talk about the fly path south, from the southeastern parts of the region to the northwestern parts of the region, a very perfect fly path coming in the play, a very challenging fly path coming in the play. If I talk about some major drop clashes, Camp Alpha, Hathin, Tatamok, Paradise Resort, Ruins, these are the few regions where we could see some major drop clashes. Let's see how they are coming in. Let's see with what potential they are coming in, and with what hold they are coming in. But before that, you have to be really very predicted, and you have to be really very planned with all those things. But talking about the zone formation, what I personally believe, zone doesn't matters a lot, zone doesn't really cares a lot about this game in the map of Sanok, because it is a small map, though you have to move very fastly and very doably with all your holdings out there. But talking about Team Syndicate, well, they're 4-man standing, having finishes point, though in a drop clash, searching for again a bigger start to be taken care of. Well, let's see how it's going to be. 15 teams, 60 remaining players. This is the stage 1. You have another 1.5 minutes remaining. Sol waiting in, having a vector into their hand, moving towards team 1 hit. Okay, I expect to be not a that great move by this team, because the way they are moving in, that totally very expected for the opponents, and this could cause a lot of trouble and a lot of challenges for the team to go on with. But Soli still waiting in. You have another 1.5 minutes remaining. Storm having a pretty good position out there. This is the stage 1, and things may not come into your favor, so you have to be very much planned with all those things coming out in the region. But right now, what I can see, well, 15 teams, 60 remaining players, and this is really looking very challenging. This is the stage 1. 15 teams, 60 remaining players, 47 seconds, and after that you'll get the timer to let the zone shrink in and get the areas very rightly. So let's see how it's going to be. One kid still trying to get those shots to Labyrinth. He somehow got the movement to get those shots very rightly, but he missed that. 15 teams, 60 players, 1 hit Omega waiting and having the DPS and M416 into their hands. Oh, it's difficult for them to go in with a great weapon. 12 seconds. And let's see how it's going to be. Let's see how former it is possible by the players and by the teams to be taken care of. Another 1 seconds remaining. This is the stage 1. You have to be really very careful and very much planned with your holdings and with your durabilities, but things may not go very nicely. But at the same time, guys, if you haven't liked the stream, please just go, do hit that like button, do subscribe the channel, do share the stream, do show your support, because your love and support matters a lot. 3.5 minutes is remaining, and things are really going upside down. Players are taking their time. They are not rushing very hard and fast. They are looking very doable with their plans and with their thoughts and all the ups and downs. I think one hit is having the more better opportunity to get those shots rightly, and yes, they did that. Two players have been taken down. They've got the first knock. Omega having a very good position. Oh, that is a very dangerous spot to go in with. You can't plan the things right way. Omega Hut, OP are the last two players standing, getting the shots with DBS. I think it's really very unrealistic. And the last Ranger of Team Syndicate is just surviving anyhow. Will he able to take them down? It's a 1v2 coming for him. Having a DBS versus DBS. Yes, he takes one split down. Going for the second one is Hate OP. Oh my god. Oh my god. Cody, you did it. You did it. An amazing 1v3 clutch. What an amazing game, man. A perfect start by Team Syndicate. Last match was a chicken dinner for this team. They ended like a monster and they started like a monster. What an amazing momentum. Oh my god. I'm really very shocked and surprised to see the way they are playing, and I'm really shocked and surprised to be watch these things out over there. But 14 teams, 59 remaining players. You have 2.5 minutes remaining. This is the stage 1, and now onwards, what I believe you have to be very careful, because one mistake will totally take you towards the lobby, and you can't afford any mistake at this time, but keeping these things aside, holding the positions very tightly and fighting these things off. Team RLX, Funky, Diaby, Destroform and Sona, all of them are 4 men standing. One hit. Looking at this team, well, they're also 4 men standing with those 0 finishes point, almost on top 14 teams, almost on top 55 remaining players. This is the stage 1. And from here, I think the match will go really very slow, at a very slow pace. Though it is a fast moving map, so it's a fast moving game, as we all know. But still, what I believe players would like to take their time. They would grow with a lot of potential game. But 55 seconds in the game, so yeah, you have the time to, if you want to take those fights very early, you can take those fights right now, and then you could move in very upbringingly. But what I can see for the time being, things are not going the way it should go, because we are seeing some constant fights coming in, and this is something very different. I didn't expect it of. Well, keeping these things aside, if I talk about the particular game to be taken care of, well, 14 teams, 54 remaining players. This is the stage 1, and you really have to be very careful. You really have to be very alert with your plannings and with your abilities, how you're gonna play, how you're gonna go, and what should be your strategies and what should be your playing style. But for now time being, I could find 1.5 minutes in the game where players are taking their time, where players are utilizing their most of the time in analyzing the stuffs, knowing the stuffs very better. But how much is it possible? This is the most important question, because what I believe from here, it's very difficult to get the survival, especially in this particular map. I think this is full of those surprises, this is full of those sudden attacks. So you have to keep the things very pumped up. You have to keep the things very judged up, because one mistake, I totally agree, this will take you totally towards the lobby. But from here, what I can see, players are moving in, just trying to get the zone very rightly, very early, and which is a good game style. If you're going for the zone very early, I think that's all you need. This is the game style what you demand for. This is the game style what you depict for. And one mistake, things may be changed off. One mistake, things may be go on. 14 teams, 53 remaining players, another 31 seconds into your hand. This is the stage 2. Let's see how it's going to be. Let's see how it's forming up to be. But TTS Cloxy, well, this player is still taking their time. This player is still holding for the right time to go on, holding for the right moment to be taken care of. But I find it really, really very difficult. I find it really, really very challenging for them to go on with. It's not very, very much usable to play on. But 14 teams, 53 remaining players. If I talk about the zone formation, southwestern part of the region, we could see some bootcamp region as well. But after this zone shrink, where it's gonna go? Around cave, around camp Charlie, or somewhat like that. So you have to be prepared for all those things that coming in play. One wrong move, one wrong start, things would be really, really very difficult. Things would be really, really very challenging for you to go on with. But let's see how it's going to be. Let's see how they are planning to be, because I don't find it very, very doable, to be very honest. But see how much it is possible to be taken care of. But talking about the zone formation, let's see. Central part is occurred by team 1 here. TM7 is also around this central region. Talking about team RLX, there are some mid centers around those eastern Ghats regions. Day 3, match 3 it is. After this, we'll be ending this tournament with the last match. But before we end the day, before we end this match, I would just request everybody out there to hit that like button, to subscribe the channel, to share the stream with your friends, with your mates. Do show your support with a lot of positivity, with a lot of energy, and your love as well, because this is something what is very much required. This is something what is very much needed to us and everybody out there by the organization. But at the same time, 14 teams, 53 remaining players. You have another 10 seconds to go, and after that, a new zone shrink in will come. See how it's going to be. But right now, what I can see, okay, there you go, a hard shift. This is a hard shift, which was totally not expected, totally towards the northern regions, and I was not expecting a shift like this. Now things will go a bit down, up and down. A lot of challenges may come down the lane, and one more mistake, he will be totally eliminated and moving towards the lobby. You can't afford any mistake at this time. You can't be very crumbled up. Most of the teams, I'll say 50% of the team is in the zone, and 50% team is outside of the zone. So you have to be very much planned, and then you have to move on one mistake, and I think you'll directly move towards the lobby. Let's see how it's going to be. Let's see how teams are planning to take this thing very much up and above. But what I believe, TTR Shady, they're having a pretty good hold. They're having a pretty good start. They have lost one player, which shouldn't affect the team a lot. But yes, you have to keep a balance anyhow. You have to have that mental stability anyhow. Let's see how will these things affect the players and affect the teams right now. But 14 teams, 53 remaining players. This is the stage 3. Players are just coming in, going up and above, down and daily, very rightly. But right now, you have just another 2 seconds remaining. Right now, you have another few seconds remaining for players to go on with. Lucifer, Jimmy, Mamta, Rezor, 4 men standing with those 1 finish point into their favor. This is the stage 3. And things are not working the way it should work. Titan, very good. SDMZ, Devil, Kale, Manu, all of them are 4 men standing. Let's see how it's going to be. But right now, what I can see, you have another 1.5 remaining. This is the stage 3, and you have to be really, really very careful, really, really very planned up with all your things coming up down the lane. One mistake, you will be directly moving towards the lobby. Well, talking about Goat, Jelly, Shufi, White, Napsi, 4 men standing, they're not having any finish point. Almost on top 14 teams, top 52 alive players. This is the stage 3, and you have another 600 meters remaining in the zone, so you have to be really very careful and very planned with all those things. Team AGT having a good position, having a good area. 20 to 25 seconds remaining. Let's see how it's gonna be. Let's see how these things gonna happen. Jimmy, Lucifer waiting in for the right time and right moment. 14 seconds. 14 seconds is just what the time is very much required. I don't find it very much usual. Lucifer, Jimmy, all of them are waiting in. Koti, Rip 8097 are the 2 players standing with those 5 finishes point. Almost on top 14 teams, almost on top 48 alive players. And the way game is going in is it's totally very much insane to be taken care of. Jimmy getting the shots very rightly, and still those grenades are working very right and above. Well, let's see what Team ESL can do from here. How much potential do they have to hit those grenades very rightly, very targetedly? But what I believe it's very difficult. You have just another 15 to 16 seconds remaining, and you have to travel almost 224 meter inside the zone, which is very aparted. And to be very logical and practical enough, if you're not with those vehicles, if you're moving on foot, you may be hunted down in between, you may be hunted down when you're moving in. So these things may happen, these things may go on, things may turn around, things may be very difficult for the players and for the teams to be go on with. But right now you have 1 minute 40 seconds remaining. A stage 4 is going in. Razor, okay, he's still waiting in. Cesar has been taken down. Jay is clumsy. Team RGZ are the last 3 players standing, but at the around the region ISSL, Jimmy, well, they are still waiting in. Jimmy has been taken down. Razor, now the heal battle is only option what can be helped to Team ISSL, and he doesn't have those many first aids. This is one more difficulty what we were talking about. I still don't believe how the things are going in. I still don't believe how the players are playing in 59 seconds in the game. 59 seconds. And it's very challenging to go on. Stage 4. Let's see how the players gonna play, how the team's gonna play, what should be their strategies, what should be their momentum. 43 seconds, 14 teams, 44 remaining players. And I find it very difficult for every team out there in this particular match. Well, at the same time, if you haven't liked the stream, please do hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends, with your mates. Do show your support and to show the love as well, because your love is something that is very much required to us and everybody out there. But Dima GZ has been taken down. JZZ is that last Lone Ranger surviving for the team, and I believe he is in bitter trouble because the position which is been secured by this team is not that too good. Having only few first aids will not help him for a longer period of time. But let's see what else can be done. Let's see what else can happen over here. But for me, I find it really very challenging for the players to go on. Let's see. On to the another region team. BTS, Cyrex, NOOB, A1B not. That's a cherry on the cake coming in. 11 teams, 36 remaining players. You have another 6 seconds to go. This is the stage 5, and what I find RLX in a difficult stage to be taken care of. One hit down the ground, moving in, finding a way how they could be taken care of. But looking at the current scenarios, one wrong move and things may just abide down. Things may be just taken down the lane. Let's see what actually they are planning to. We have another 30 to 40 seconds remaining, and after that a new zone shrink, and things may be more vital and more difficult. Well, at the same time, looking at the backstage scenarios, looking at the current scenarios, 11 teams, 32 players, RLX is trying to take them down, is trying to buffer them down, but it's not very much easy. You have another few seconds remaining, and now mostly the battle will go for those heal battles, because from here I don't find any teams coming up with that same holdability. Anything is coming with that same doability, and it's really very difficult. It's really very challenging for them to go on with. But there you go, one hit with Mini 7. Oh my god, they're looking in trouble. But this DPS weapon, this could change a lot of things. The storyline could be changed. And TRQ, well, they could be the hero of this storyline, but Team ISSL, finally they have been eliminated. 8 teams, 18 remaining players. SDMZ again showing those consistency, again showing those holdability, is totally very right by the players and by the team for the time being. Well, let's see with what strategies and with what momentums are they coming up with. What is their actual hold to be taken care of. I feel they have to be really very careful. They have to be really very alert with their plans and with their durability. Right now, SDMZ, they're at the upper hand, having those 5 finishes point and those place point as well, but it's not very much doable for the players and for the teams as well. Let's see how they are going to play in. 4 teams, 12 remaining players. This is the stage 6. You have another 21 seconds remaining, and those grenades, I think that those grenades are totally on the target. Those grenades are totally on the flow. TM7 too soon. Oh my god, looking in trouble. 3 teams, 9 players. Heal battle is still going in. Still they are playing with that same potential and same durability. This is the stage 6, and you have to be really very, attained. You have to be really very focused, because one wrong tap, losing many points over here. TM7, they're going with that same momentum. TTS Ben doing that very rightly. Eddie, oh my god, he's been taken down. Eddie over there. Admiral, Kara, Totsun are the last 2 players standing over there. Let's see how they're gonna play, how they're gonna move on. Kara, it's fine, it's very difficult for them. Kara and Tosun having that position very rightly. Have just another 11 seconds remaining. Stage 7, I don't think this will go for even heal battle. We will decide the winner very soon. It is TTS or TM7. You have to guess in the chat section, guys. Audience, you have to guess in the chat section which team is just gonna win the battle, because we could find team TTS and team TM7, both teams in the top 2 list, and it's very difficult to say that which team is gonna win the battle, which team is gonna just win the hold. Well, on to the another stage. TM7 Kara coming very close. TTS trying to find out a way, trying to find out the potentialize areas over there. Kara, it's very difficult for them to go on with. It's very difficult for them to hold on with. Clozy still waiting in for the right time, still waiting in for the right moment. And I personally don't find it really very difficult. I personally don't find it very usual, but they are taking their time, and they should, because this is the matter of winning and losing. TM7 Kara getting the shot. Closey going in, having a DBS. Will that DBS make a connection? A drop shot. Oh my god, Cloakzy has been taken down. Kara and Thugs are the last 2 players standing. It's a 1v2 battle for Thugs. You have to be really very careful. Both are moving from left and right in combination, not having a DPS. Kara has been taken on, barely survived those few HP, but oh my god, it's TM7 for you, ladies and gentlemen. The way TTS has won the battle. That was totally mesmerizing. And to be very, very honest, I didn't expected the game to go like this. But nevertheless, one has to lose, one has to win the game. If one will lose, one will win the game. So yeah, these things always play a very vital role. But right now, at the current scenarios, what I can see, it's a great win. It's a great win for TM7. Yes, they have got 9 elimination, total 19 points into their side, which will rank them around 4th or 5th position with those 68 overall points. Moving towards the team stats, to look forward how they are playing in. Well, team stats is also really very important. Yes, Eddie 1 elimination, Kara 4, Admiral 1 and 2 soon. Well, he has got those 3 eliminations. So yeah, a pretty good stat to be taken care of. Moving towards the other stats, about the MVP overall rankings, and TM Sum 19 points, first position. TTS Esports 14 into their side. SDMZ Esports, they have got 11. ISSL, they have got just 4, but still it's very difficult to beat ISSL NOOB Alliance. Let's see, there's still one more match to go. We can see the difference in the overall standing. How's the difference, how they are prepared, what they are thinking of, and how actually they are going off. But it's not very much easy to go on with. It's not very much easy to be play off with Koti, Kara, Obion, Destroform, Tucson. All of them are here in the top 5 fraggle list with those 5-4-4 and 4-3 elimination into their side. Let's see how they are planning it down. Overall ranking, there you go. ISSL NOOB Alliance, they have got those 135 total points. SDMZ Esports, they have got 111. RGC Syndicate, they have got 78 into their favor. NRC 76, 75. We could see a tough competition from 3rd to almost 6th, 5th and 6th. But ISSL NOOB, they are totally leading the charts. And with those lead into their side, I think they are looking very unstoppable. They're looking totally undoable. But at the same time, into the second page, I don't think there's anything coming up. I don't think there's anything going to be very precise. But now the third game is over and it's a very solemn occasion. But Lucifer 30 eliminations, Jimmy 22, Koti have got those 22 elimination as well. Ovian 21 and Mini 19 eliminations. So yeah, it's a pretty good stats. I think Lucifer will easily win if it doesn't score any single finish point in this game also. Then it's very easy. Then also it's very easy for him to score that single goal. But at the same single finish point, I'm sorry. But at the same time, we have done with 3 matches in the game, which is almost 75% of the day. And now we would be moving towards the last match, the last map of Erangel. From where we started our journey, we'll be ending that journey very soon. The last match would be really very chaotic and really very entertaining as well. But at the same time, if you haven't liked the stream, please just go to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends, with your mates, and do show your support. But at the same time, we'll take a short break and get the water, get the snacks, because this is the last match. This would be really very exciting and really very challenging as well. So stay tuned.
Fezuaki musician music kuleta vihi ahara barikina message. Fezumeniki abadu up and down giga travel kurave resort tabe. Adi raja vera ustave. On the spot ka komme tanika hutras email kuram but the file download kuram is. It's very easy for us. First thing I'm going to do. Mavis, Ooredoo. Mavis, Ooredoo. Coco-coco-coco-ves. Mavis, Ooredoo. Mavis, Ooredoo. Coco-coco-coco-ves. Mavis, Ooredoo.
Diveni hinito mo, Mike. Asharaha.
ආරුමෙන් මේ
Team MAFIA, the Green Boys.
ආරු මෙචෙක්කුල අබදස් ජගින් කනිදේ සපෝටරුන්න ආරු මිස්ට ෆෙන්නාක උරේදුමි එම්මෙන් ගොඩවලද නෙට්වර්ක් වීයා
Ooredoo kombe saagise beer kuninjinas yagi ekam waanaka. Stream kurayo connection nokendi wagotu mech bada.
හම දන්නවතී ගවරුන් සද
Kombe caseless transaction like a VS Ooredoo orine.
මවෙස්
Muli MAFIA team West Ooredoo.
දිවහින්ගේ හිමිතුමු
ආරමි හබේස් බොඩබෙරු හබේස් බොඩබෙරු බුණීම එම්මෙන්නවෙස් සෙඟේන මී හබේස් බයික් ආරුමෙන් හබේස් වෙහුරේ ආරුම් බේනු කුරණියස් ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಹಬೇಸ್ ಟೆಲಿಕಾಂ ಬ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಕೊಮ್ಮೆ ರಶೆಗ್ಗ ಹುರೆಗೆನ್ ವಿಯಸ್ 4G ಬೇಣು ಕೊಗ್ಗೆನ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ ನುಕೆಂಡಿ ವಾಗುತುಂ ಇವೆಂಟ್ ಲೈವ್ ಕೊಲ್ಲೆ
ದಿಹೆನ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ ವಕಿ ಕಮೆಂಡೆ ಉರಿದು ಮಿ ಹಮ ಹಬೇಸ್ ಬೈ
ಹಬೇಸ್ ಮುಳಿ ಹಬೇಸ್ ಟೀಮ್ ವೆಸ್ ಉರಿದು
දිවහින්ගේ හිමිතුමු
ಹರಂಗ ನಮಕ್ಕಿ ರಂಜಿ ಆಮು ಕೊಕ್ಕಿಯಾನಮುನ್ನಮ ಜೋನ್ ದಂಡೋರಿಯಾ ಮೀಹಾರೋಗೆ ಉರಿದುಗೆ ಕೆಂಪೈನ್ ಸ್ಲೋಗನ್ ಕಮ್ಮಿಂದಿ ಗ್ರೋ ವಿತ್ ಉರಿದು ಮೀನಿ ಹಮೈಕನೆ ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ಸ್ ಸಿನ್ನಕೆ ಕಂಜನ್ ನೋಂಗೇತ ඒ ගේග බැක්යාඩ් ෆාමෙන් කොරා මිහුන්න වෙස් අදේ ගේග ෆ්ලොරිකල්චා මාගස්තන් හන්දා මිහුන්න වෙස් බේස්වකින් අන්න කම මිහුරිහා එම්මෙන් ගුළුවාදේ බයිකි උරීදු මවෙස් උරීදු
දිවහින්ගේ හිමිතුමු
ಕಮಕೊಣದೆ ಅಪ್ಗ್ರೇಡ್ ಕೊಲ್ಲ ಉರಿದು ಸೂಪರ್ ಎಪ್ ವರೆನ್ನೆ ಪ್ಯಾಕೇಜ್ ಕಸ್ಟಮೈಸ್ ಕೊಡು ಬೇಣು ಕೊಮ್ಮೆ ಕಮೆ ಎಪ್ ತೆರೆನ್ ಕೊಲ್ಲವೇಣ ಅಪ್ಗ್ರೇಡ್ ಯೋರ್ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್
ಈ ಫೆಜುವಕಿ ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಷನ್ ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಕ್ ಕುಳೆದ ವಿಹಿ ಆಹಾರ ಬರಗಿನ ಬೆಸೆಜ್ ಫೆಜುಮೆನ್ನಿಕಿ ಅಬ್ಬದುವೆ ಅಪ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಡೌನ್ ಗೀಗ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಕೊರಾವೆ ರಿಸಾರ್ಟ್ ತಾವೆ ಅದಿ ರಾಜ ಬೇರೆ ಉಪಿಸ್ತಾವೆ on the spot ka komme tanika hutras email koram but the file download koram is it's very easy for us hemu wara fase hampune maves ureedu
දිවහින්ගේ හිමිතුමු
maves ureedu maves ureedu maves ureedu maves ureedu
දිවහින්ගේ හිමිතුමු මයික් අශාර අහර්
ආරුමෙන් මේ
Team MAFIA, the Green Boys.
ආරු මෙචෙක්කුල අබදස් ජගින් කනිදේ සපෝටරුන්න ආරු මිස්ට ෆෙන්නාක උරේදුමි එම්මෙන් ගොඩවලද නෙට්වර්ක් වීයා
Ooredoo kombe saagise beer kuninjinas yagi ekam waanaka. Stream kurayo connection nokendi wagotu mech bada.
හම දන්නවතී ගවරුන් සද
Kombe caseless transaction like a VS Ooredoo orine.
මවෙස්
Muli MAFIA team West Ooredoo.
දිවහින්ගේ හිමිතුමු
ආරමි හබේස් බොඩබෙරු බුණීම එම්මෙන්නවෙස් සෙඟේන මී හබේස් බයික් ආරුමෙන් හබේස් වෙහුරේ ආරුම් බේනු කුරණියස් ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಹಬೇಸ್ ಟೆಲಿಕಾಂ ಬ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಕೊಮ್ಮೆ ರಶೆಗ್ಗ ಹುರೆಗೆನ್ ವಿಯಸ್ 4G ಬೇಣು ಕೊಗ್ಗೆನ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ ನುಕೆಂಡಿ ವಾಗುತುಂ ಇವೆಂಟ್ ಲೈವ್ ಕೊಲ್ಲೆ
ದಿಹೆನ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ ವಕಿ ಕಮೆಂಡೆ ಉರಿದು ಮಿ ಹಮ ಹಬೇಸ್ ಬೈ
ಮವೆಸ್ ಮುಳಿ ಹಬೇಸ್ ಟೀಮ್ ವೆಸ್ ಉರಿದು
දිවහින්ගේ හිමිතුමු
ಹರಂಗ ನಮಕ್ಕಿ ರಂಜಿ ಆಮು ಕೊಕ್ಕಿಯಾನಮುನ್ನಮ ಜೋನ್ ದಂಡೋರಿಯಾ ಮೀಹಾರೋಗೆ ಉರಿದುಗೆ ಕೆಂಪೈನ್ ಸ್ಲೋಗನ್ ಕಮ್ಮಿಂದಿ ಗ್ರೋ ವಿತ್ ಉರಿದು ಮೀನಿ ಹಮೈಕನೆ ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ಸ್ ಸಿನ್ನಕೆ
Okay, so well, ladies and gentlemen, here we are back after a short break, and finally, this is the last match of the day and last match of our tournament as well. The map of Erangel is here, ready to witness these amazing 16 teams of Ooredoo Nation Gamerland Super Cup. And let's see who will be the super champion. From my prediction, it's very much easy to say ISSL NOOB Alliance. You know, the way they are playing in, the way they are going, and that's totally insane to be taken care of. But right now, talking about the zone formation, starting from those northeastern parts of the region, heading towards those southwestern parts of the region, a pretty good zone. What we can witness over here, a pretty viable zone. What we can see over here is being delivered out. But right now, I would like to request each and everyone that you guys, this is the last match. If you still haven't liked the stream, please just go to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends, with your mates, with your friends, everybody out there, and do show your support. But at the same time, oh my god, the zone formation is bit difficult, is bit very challenging. Talking about few decent region to be issued off. Well, ISSL NOOB, they are playing for Milta Power, even Shelter. Milta is a very silent region. Novo Ripnoy is a very silent region. Only one team is over there. If we talk about Query, well, we could see multiple teams towards Query as well. TRQ is moving towards Katka region. There are multiple region where some multiple actions are being taken place. TTC, Shafu, Klogzi, Thugs, Benton, all of them are 4-man standing with a pretty decent approach. 2.5 minutes in the game. Let's see how they are going to be playing off. Well, before that, I would like to request each and everybody to please just go to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream, and do show your support. At the same time, looking towards Team AGT, Dhage, Pablo, Gara, Bucks, all of them are 4-man standing with those 0 finishes point, almost on top 14 teams, top 56 remaining players. The way they are going in, the way they are moving in, it's very difficult. It's really very challenging for them to be taken care of. You have another 1.5 minutes remaining. This is the stage 1, and from here to there you have to be really very careful. Well, at the same time, 14 teams, 56 remaining players. You have another 50 to 52 seconds remaining. This is the stage 1. At the earliest phase, teams will take their time. Teams will take their moment to grow up and wait. How would they, how would they be moving in? How would they be taking in Blanky, Shanu, Exile, Moopsi? All of them are 4-man standing with those 0 finishes point into their favor. Almost on top 14 teams, almost on top 56 alive players. This is the region where actually the game started, where actually the game will turn around, because if there's any early fights, any team is being eliminated at those early phase, I think this could be really very difficult for the players. This could be really very challenging for the teams to come around, especially in the last match. We'll try to give all in approach. We'll try to give the best game, show your A game, I think, in the results. Well, similarly, looking at Team TM7, they have got a pretty decent chicken dinner in today's day. Kara, Tusoon, Admiral, Lady, 4-man standing, having a pretty decent position, having a pretty good position into their side. The way they are moving in, the way they are going in, trying to hunt the players down there, trying to get those finishes point at those regions very rightly, at those positions very rightly. But to be very honest, this is not that usual to be very aggressive. This is not that approachable for the players. This is not that approachable for the teams to come up with. But right now, what I can say, this is the stage 1. You have 4 minutes. You have a lot of time remaining into your side to gain that momentum and gain that positionings. But Dima GZ is still waiting in. Hit Jay-Z, Cesar, Clumsy, all of them are waiting really very rightly. All of them are waiting really very approachably. You have another 3.5 minutes remaining. This is the stage 1. Team RGZ, well, they're also having a pretty good position. They're also having a pretty decent position out there. But Kara holding up another one hit. Cesar, GZ, JZZ, 4 men standing almost on top 14 teams, top 56 life players. But there you go, Eddie, he has been taken down. 3.5 minutes. But oh my god, Kara was having a bit of height advantage. He utilized it very well, and now JZZ is also having a tough angle over there. Some amazing tap shots. Kara trying to get the shots very badly. 3.5 minutes. One hit. Looking under pressure, looking under trouble one by one. Each players out there are being taken down, are being eliminated one by one, and I find it really very difficult for the teams, for the players to get a comeback from here, because the way TM7 is getting those knocks, it's totally very difficult. It's totally very unreal to get a comeback from here. And what I believe, you somehow have to be very much maintained. 14 teams, 55 remaining players, and let's see how will the game build from here. Well, this is 2 minutes in the game. This is the stage 1. One hit Cesar, JZ, 3 men standing with almost those 0 finishes point. They have lost their 2 players, and back off was the best option. But TM7, they're not ready to, give them back. They're not ready to release them at this point. They are just looking really very aggressive. They know that they have the man advantage. They have that aggressive approach. They have that start, and now they're just going for that explosive ending and an explosive start for this match, an explosive ending for Team One Hit. Let's see, is it possible for them to get those 2 picks? Some grenades, some throwables have been used. Cesar, well, he's also utilizing some grenades as well. 14 teams, 54 remaining players, 1.5 minutes for now. The search operations is almost very much ready. The game of hide and seek has begun, and I'm finding it really very difficult. It matters. This is soon Kara waiting for the right time. Oh my god, within a snap. They'll not take your much time, and the elimination has been done. And now JZZ, he is the last Lone Ranger surviving for the team. And what I believe, it is totally unexpected. It's totally unexpected for them to go on. But finally, TM7, they will get those 4 finishes point. Team One Hit, they will be getting eliminated, and a perfect game is being developed around here. So yeah, I believe it's a pretty decent start. It's a pretty vulnerable start for Team One Hit, but a decent start for the opponents. Okay, SDMZ Zayu getting those shots very rightly, getting those position, getting those holds very rightly, and very aggressively. This is the stage 1. You have another 3.5 minutes remaining, and let's see how the players are going from here, what they are actually finding to get from the match. And I don't find it very much easy. I don't find it very much doable for the players to go on with. This is, to be very honest, this is very difficult. This is really very challenging for the teams to come up. And right now, what I can observe towards the southeastern regions, multiple teams are inside the zone, and they are just rushing. They are just rushing to get those finishes point, to get those potentiality. Talking about the northern parts of the region, there you go. Teams are having a good position. Teams are having a good trade, especially if we talk about the holdings. TM7, AD, Admiral, Tutusun, Kara, all of them are 4 men standing with those 4 finishes point into their favor. Almost on top 13 teams, top 49 remaining players. This is the stage 2. and a pretty decent start as well, and a pretty doable start as well. You have another 2 minutes remaining to get inside the zone, to have that doability, to have that potentiality. But I believe you have to be really very alert. You have to be really very progressive. Let's see how it is possible. 1 minute 40 seconds remaining in the game. This is the stage 2. TM7 agents, NRC off, PTS, TTR, GOAT, all of the players, all of the teams are still surviving down the lane. They're still trying to find the way how they could go in, how they could play in. And it's not only about the game which you play, it's not only about the aggression which you maintain for, but now it's 13 teams, 49 remaining players. There's another minute, and after that the stage 2 will shrink in and we'll go next zone to be formed off. Well, 13 teams, 49 remaining players. The game is really going at a very slow, steady, a very undoable phase, where players are taking a lot of time, where players are taking a lot of moment to be checked on, that how they could move in, that how they could take in the trade and take those fight at the earliest phase and get the best out of here. But what I believe this is not very much possible. One bad call, one bad hold could take the things very much down. But nevertheless, let's see how the day gonna be. Let's see how the match is gonna be. What would be their plans and what would be their holdability. But solely on the FPP mode, this is the beast mode, having the DPS, waiting for the right time. Well, he don't have much health as well, and there you go. Solely has been taken down. Last 2 players surviving. Hate to be moving with that DPS. Really able to take him down. Yes, he does that. He does that very fluently. Going for the third one. Xian is spotted, and he can't hide for a longer period of time. Vehicle explosion. It will take you towards lobby. And the elimination. This is totally done and dusted. What an great game, man. What an great game. To be very honest, I totally, didn't expect it the way game is coming in, the way game is going in. But right now, 12 teams, 41 remaining players. This is the stage 2. SDMZ still playing it with that same hold, with that same mentality. I find it really very challenging. I find it really very difficult for the players, for the teams to tune up with the way they are moving in, the way they are taking the holdabilities, the way they are taking the potentiality. I think it's not very much doable. Let's see how it's going to be, how the formation is gonna be possible. But right now, looking at one hit, they're trying to get those shots, they are trying to get those approach very rightly, very doably. And I don't find it very often, I don't find it very optional to be taken care of. 12 teams, 36 remaining players. This is the stage 2. You have another 2.5 minutes remaining, last 80 meters. And let's see how it's coming to be. 11 teams, 35 remaining players. This is the stage 3, and a tougher call and a tougher task as well. Let's see with what plan, with what strategy are they coming up. And it's not very much usual. It's not very much doable for the players to go on with. And you have to be really very alert. You have to be really very uphold it. Right now 11 teams, 35 players. Team 7 Kara looking into pressure, looking into trouble, getting the shots. Oh my god, with that M460 he has been taken down. Going for the second one, but that shotgun. Well, this is the grand final and we can expect this kind of behavior. CND, well, they are not here to be ruled. They are here to rule the game and maintain the hold at the same time. Well, I find it very difficult for the players. I find it really challenging for the players because 10 teams, 33 remaining players. On an average, to be very honest, I see 3 players per team, which is not very crucial, which is not very doable. And let's see how they're gonna play. Let's see. Let's see how they're gonna go in. SDMZ having 5 finish points. The way they are going in, they must have those 10 to 15 points after the match ends, as per my prediction. But with those 10-15 points, they'll be ranking around the second position because ISSL NOOB Alliance, the way they are playing in, I think it's not very easy to stop this team. It's not very doable to stop this team. But right now, this is the stage 3. 1 minute 12 seconds remaining in the game, and from here looking towards AGT. Well, Pablo, Gara, Bucks, Dage, all of them are 4 men standing with those 1 finish point into their favor. Some grenades, some throwables must be utilized, but you have to be really very careful. You have to be really very alert with all those steps that have been taken care of, with all those hold abilities that have been delivered off. Right now you have just 40 seconds remaining, and after that a new zone formation will be coming in. At the same time, guys, if you haven't liked the stream, please just go do hit that like button. Do subscribe the channel, do share the stream as well, because it's almost 12 seconds in the game. This is the stage 3. The way players are pulling it off, the way players are going in and in to get those finishes point and do the work very rightly, you know, I find it particularly a bit obsessive, a bit obscene for the players, and a bit challenging for the teams to go in. But let's see how it's going to be. Let's see how the players are planning to play at these metamorphic maps. But looking at the zone formation, only 2 teams are inside the zone. Other than these 2 teams, every teams are outside of the zone, or we can say at the edges of the zone. And one mistake at the moment will totally take you towards the lobby, and I find it really very challenging. I find it really very descriptive for the players and for the teams to going in with the 10 teams, 33 players. You have another 1.5 minutes remaining. This is the stage 4. TTS again holding a good position, but they are still in search of few finishes point. Let's see, will they get a point rightly or not? But I don't think so. This will be very much easy. Team AGT at those another region getting those shots very rightly, but still looking under pressure and looking under trouble. Let's see how they're gonna go. Let's see how they're gonna play. But things may not work the way you want it to be. Let's see what should be their strategies and what should be their momentum. But for now, time being, it's 10 10 teams and 32 remaining players, and this is the stage 4. You really have to be careful, you really have to be very alert and progressive with your plans. One mistake, I think the elimination would be really very on the puts, and you can't afford the elimination at this time. This is your last match. You'll try to give the best, you'll try to give the A gameplay, which is very much required, and you can't afford losing at this time. But let's see what the team's perspective is, how they gonna play, what they are planning and they are thinking to do. Oh, SDMZ. This wasn't expected again. This wasn't expected. This is something really very different. They have got the 6 finishes point into their side. Almost on top 10 teams. Almost on top 30 alive players. And now again, they are playing with that same aggressive, same intensive approach. And the same mold is being elevated off. Let's see how they would move on. Let's see what would be their strategies into the upcoming times. But now I can see that things are really very undelayable. 19, 29 players. You have another one and a half, another 2 minutes remaining in their side, and after that we could see a new zone formation coming in. And whenever there's a new formation, you have to be very alert. You really have to be very much planned that how you have to move inside the zone and how you have to go in. But for now, what I can observe, that maximum teams are outside of the zone and they're more interested to take those fights rather than getting inside the zone. This is also something very much different that we don't usually talk about, but you know, it doesn't matter. Let's see if they are onto those fights. Mostly very soon those fights will turn around and cover up, and we could see again those amazing action inside the zone. But yeah, we're talking about the teams. There are almost 7 to 8 teams, in which only one, even to be very precise, only 2 teams are inside the zone. And other than 2 teams, every team out there is outside of the zone. This is truly very different. This is really something different which we're talking about. And now 8 teams, 22 players. Let's see with what strategies, with what hold are they coming up, and what actually their plan is. Well, to be very honest, this is the last match. So yeah, players would be, the teams have the bottom phase. They must be trying to get the better version, to get the A game out of their backpack. But we have to also see that how much is it possible. You know, we have to also go with that how much they are capable of. Because right now CYANIDE Blanky waiting for the right time, waiting in for the right moment, and it's not very much usable. It's not very much doable. Eight teams, 21 players. Things are just abiding down the lane. Things are just going up, down, up and above. And what's their actual behavior to taken care of? This is the question. 7 teams, 20 remaining players. This is the stage 5. You have another 5 seconds to go inside the zone. I don't think heal battle will work for a longer period of time, but anyhow you have to take those aggressive fights for now being. Well, 5 teams, 14 remaining players. This is the stage 6. Another 50 seconds remaining in the game. And one bad move, one wrong move, totally take you towards the lobby. 5 teams, 14 players on an average. Each team have the 3 players into their side. You have to play very planningly with a lot of plan. But right now you have another 30 seconds remaining in. Let's see what we can do in the another 30 seconds. Team BTS getting those behind the scenes action right now on to the front screen. And what's their plan? What's their holdable approach? This is the question arising. I'm really very shocked to see that TTS, they're also really surviving with a strong advantage. 3 finishes going to their side, and even this is a pretty good start, because the way they started and the way they are ending, both things are quite different, and it's a very positive ending, to be very honest. Again, ISSL, they're on the top 4. SDMZ, they were on the top 5 and they have been eliminated, and now they are searching for a few more precious points. Well, but at the same time, Shafo getting those shots very rightly. 3 teams, 10 remaining players. You have another 1.5 minutes remaining. This is the stage 6. You have to be really very alert and very progressive with your plannings. 1 minute 17 seconds in your hand. Getting those shots. BTS RX NOOB has been taken down. Moving with that DBS Rocky, trying to make those sprays over there, trying to maintain those momentum over there, but it's not very easy to do so. Players are still struggling. 3 teams, 8 remaining players. And to be very honest, it's really very challenging for them to go on. It's really very difficult for them to move on. ISSL NOOB having that man advantage, and the way they are playing, I'm pretty much sure it's a very easy, it's a very clear-cut win coming for ISSL NOOB Alliance, as said. But we have to still wait. We have to still wait for the official confirmation. We have to still look forward for that as well. But right now, the way they are playing, it's totally very insane, man. It's totally very doable, very insane right now. 2 teams, 6 players, BTS versus ISSL. It's a 3v3 battle coming in. And what I can find is, this is the 7th stage. This is the last 24 seconds where you have to survive and get that chicken dinner. Who will take their last chicken dinner of this Ooredoo Nation Super Cup? Razor getting the shots very tightly. Is that possible for him? I don't think so. Oh. Vehicle explosion is still a chance. Ben 10 barely surviving those few HP, and there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Last match of Ooredoo's Nation Cup is won by ISSL NOOB Alliance again and again. And this is the 5th win for the ISSL NOOB Alliance. This team has won 5 games out of 12. And the way they played, that was really very immense. That was really very fantastic. And I personally very much enjoyed the game. I personally really believe that I was expecting something more of like this only. But I still believe this was one of the best games, especially this game and last game of Miramar as well. That was also one of the best games. The way players played, the way we felt the competition out there, the way they were competing with each other, that was truly immense. But right now, without wasting much of the time, we will be directly moving towards the champions. But before that, who will be getting the prize pool of 7,000 MVR? And getting the first position, getting the tag of winner, getting the bragging rights of Ooredoo Nation Gameland Super Cup. Tighten your seatbelt. And here's the second runner-up of Ooredoo Nation Pubgm Supercup. It's BTS MAFIA with those 85 points, where there's 51 elimination and 34 place points into their side. Well, this will be the 3rd position, which is the second runner-up, if I'm not wrong. We'll be moving towards the first runner-up. Who is the first runner-up? Well, the Ooredoo Nation Cup first runner-up is the SDMZ ESPORTS with those 21 points. And these players, Nano, Vian, Jay Sukar, Vasanti, Agent 27, all of them were totally fantastic They secured 4 winner chicken dinner out of 12 matches, and they just dominated like something or the other. They got the second position in the in this battle, in this event. But now the wait will be over. The guesses are on. Here's your champions, ladies and gentlemen. ISSL NOOB are the winners of Ooredoo Nation PUBG Mobile Super Cup with 156 massive point and a massive domination. They've almost secured 71 placement points, 85 elimination points, and 5 winner chicken dinner out of 12 matches. Lucifer, Jimmy, Resort, Touter, Mammoth, all of them were really very too amazing to watch out. They were monsters in the game, looking totally unstoppable. But here's your top fragger, 31 elimination in 12 matches and KD ratio of 2.58. What an amazing player he is. He will secure the 500 MVR prize money as the most valuable player and the bragging rights as well. But yeah, this is it, done and dusted. These were the champions, these are the MVP. The way matches went, the game went, it was totally unexpected. As a NOOB Alliance, they dominated from the first day, first match itself, and it's totally showed in the points table. The first 8 teams, they really tried well. You know, they deserve to be the champions, especially the first top 3, top 4 really played very well. Even SDMZ Sports, they gave a tough battle to ISSL NOOB Alliance. But talking about the other teams, talking about the other teams in the page 2, they also really tried, but there was no sense of competition coming in. You know, they tried a lot, but hard luck. You tried, you fail, you'll again try, you'll fail, but you learn a lot of things in the upcoming events. You can, you know, secure those same thing and same positioning very rightly. But at the same time, it's done and dusted. Ooredoo's Super Cup of PUBG Mobile is totally done and dusted. We really enjoyed out. You know, you can just comment down your thoughts. How was it? How was the management? How was the matches? How was the production? How was the casting? Everything out there. Talking about the overall top 5 fraggers, Lucifer 31, Jimmy 27 was very close. Ovian 25, Cody 22, Mini 22 elimination, which was really very insane. A good battle for the top 3. MVP, which was really very required. And yeah, a great game. Again, I'll request my audience, you just to, you know, show your love in the chat section. This was the schedule where SDMZ ESPORTS, CYANIDE, TM7 and ISSL, these teams won the battle in today's day, and this is how our day went. But at the same time, guys, if you watch the stream if you're watching the stream from the past 3 days and you enjoy the stream, just don't forget to show your support. Just don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and do show your support. At the same time, if you haven't subscribed and followed Ooredoo Nation Gamers Land on Instagram, you can do there as well. You can also follow E2S Esports, E2S Esports as well, to bring those back-to-back regular tournaments and show some more amazing competition on YouTube and everywhere out there on this streaming platform. But at the same time, here we are done and dusted with those 3 days, those 12 matches. We'll be signing off. I'll be signing off. And guys, stay safe, take care, keep supporting us. We'll be moving forward and we'll be meeting in another place, some new event. Till then, take care, bye-bye and good night.
Fezuaki music kulega vihi ahara berikina besich. Fezumeniki abadu is up and down, giga travel kurave, resort of tabe. Adi Raja Vera Stabe. On the spot ka hommetanika hutras email kuram, but the file download kuram is. It's very easy for us. First thing I'm going to do. Mavis,
Divenge hinitomu.
Mavis, Ooredoo. Mavis, Ooredoo. Mavis, Ooredoo. Mavis, Ooredoo.
Divenge hinitomu, Mike. Ashara ahad.
ආරුමෙන් මේ
ಟೀಮ್ ಮಾಜಿಯಾ ದ ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಬಾಯ್ಸ್
ආරු මෙචෙක්කුල අබදෙස් ජගින් කනිදේ සපෝටරුන්න ආරු මිනිස්ට ෆෙන්නාක උරේදුමි එම්මෙන් ගොඩවලද නෙට්වර්ක් වියා
ಉರಿದುಗೆ ಕೊಂಬೆ ಸಾಗಿಸ ಬೇರೆ ಕುರಿಂಜಿನಸ್ ಯಗಿ එක ಮಾಣಕ ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್ ಕುರಾಯ ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ ನೊಕೆಂಡಿ ವಾಗುತು ಮೆಚ್ ಬದ
ಆಮ ದಂಡಮತಿಗ ಗುರುನ್ ಸದ
ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಕೇಸ್ಲೆಸ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಕ ವೇಸ್ ಉರಿದು ವರಿನೆ
ಮವೆಸ್ ಮುಳಿ ಮಾಜಿಯಾ ಟೀಮ್ ವೆಸ್ ಉರಿದು
දිවහින්ගේ හිමිතුමු
ආරුමි හබේස් බොඩබෙරු හබේස් බොඩබෙරු වුණීම එම්මෙන්නවෙස් සෙඟේන මී හබේස් බයික ආරුමෙන් හබේස් වෙහුරේ ආරුම් බේනු කුරණීස් ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಹಬೇಸ್ ಟೆಲಿಕಾಂ ಬ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಕೊಮ್ಮೆ ರಶೆಗ್ಗ ಹುರೆಗೆನ್ ವಿಯಸ್ 4G ಬೇಣು ಕೊಗ್ಗೆನ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ ನುಕೆಂಡಿ ವಾಗುತುಂ ಇವೆಂಟ್ ಲೈವ್ ಕೊಲ್ಲೆ
ඉහෙන් කියන වකි කමෙන්ට් උරීදු මිහම හබේස් බයි
හබේස් මුලි හබේස් ටීම් වෙස් උරීදු
දිවහින්ගේ හිමිතුමු
ಹರಂಗ ನಮಕ್ಕಿ ರಂಜಿ ಆಮು ಕೊಕ್ಕಿಯಾನಮು ನಮ ಜುವಾನ್ ದಂಡೋರಿಯಾ ಮೀಹಾರೋಗೆ ಉರೀದುಗೆ ಕೆಂಪೈನ್ ಸ್ಲೋಗನ್ ಕಮ್ಮಿಂದಿ ಗ್ರೋ ವಿತ್ ಉರೀದು ಮೀನಿ ಹಮೈಕನೆ ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ಸ್ ಸಿನ್ನಕೆ ಕಂಜನ್ ನೋಂಗೇತ ඒ ගේග බැක්යාඩ් ෆාමෙන් කොරා මිහුන්න වෙස් අදේ ගේග ෆ්ලොරිකල්චා මාගස්තන් හන්දා මිහුන්න වෙස් බේස්වකින් අන්න කම මිහුරිහා එම්මෙන් ගුළුවාදේ බයිකි උරීදු මවෙස් උරීදු
දිවහින්ගේ හිමිතුමු
ಕಮಕುಣುದೆ ಅಪ್ಗ್ರೇಡ್ ಕೊಲ್ಲ ಉರಿದು ಸೂಪರ್ ಎಪ್ ವರೆನ್ನೆ ಪ್ಯಾಕೇಜ್ ಕಸ್ಟಮೈಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ ಬೇಣು ಕೊಮ್ಮೆ ಕಮೆ ಎಪ್ ತೆರೆನ್ ಕೊಲ್ಲವೆಣ್ ಅಪ್ಗ್ರೇಡ್ ಯೋರ್ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್
ಈ ಫೆಜುವಕಿ ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಷನ್ ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಕ್ ಕುಳೆದ ವಿಹಿ ಆಹಾರ ಬರಗಿನ ಬೆಸೆಜ್ ಫೆಜುಮೆನ್ನಿಕಿ ಅಬ್ಬದುವೆ ಅಪ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಡೌನ್ ಗೀಗ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಕೊರಾವೆ ರಿಸಾರ್ಟ್ ತಾವೆ ಅದಿ ರಾಜ ಬೇರೆ ಉಪಿಸ್ತಾವೆ on the spot ka komme tanika huttas email koram but the file download koram is it's very easy for us hemu wara fase hampune maves uridu
දිවහින්ගේ හිමිතුමු
maves uridu maves uridu maves uridu maves uridu
දිවහින්ගේ හිමිතුමු මයික් අශාරාහත්
ආරුමෙන් මේ
ಟೀಮ್ ಮಾಜಿಯಾ ದ ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಬಾಯ್ಸ್
ආරු මෙචෙක්කුල අබදෙස් ජගින් කනිදේ සපෝටරුන්න ආරු මිනිස්ට ෆෙන්නාක උරේදුමි එම්මෙන් ගොඩවලද නෙට්වර්ක් වියා
ಉರಿದುಗೆ ಕೊಂಬೆ ಸಾಗಿಸ ಬೇರೆ ಕುರಿಂಜಿನಸ್ ಯಗಿ එක ಮಾಣಕ ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್ ಕುರಾಯ ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ ನೊಕೆಂಡಿ ವಾಗುತು ಮೆಚ್ ಬದ
ಆಮ ದಂಡಮತಿಗ ಗುರುನ್ ಸದ
ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಕೇಸ್ಲೆಸ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಕ ವೇಸ್ ಉರಿದು ವರಿನೆ
ಮವೆಸ್ ಮುಳಿ ಮಾಜಿಯಾ ಟೀಮ್ ವೆಸ್ ಉರಿದು
දිවහින්ගේ හිමිතුමු
ආරුමි හබේස් බොඩබෙරු වුණීම එම්මෙන්නවෙස් සෙඟේන මී හබේස් බයික ආරුමෙන් හබේස් වෙහුරේ ආරුම් බේනු කුරණීස් ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಹಬೇಸ್ ಟೆಲಿಕಾಂ ಬ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಕೊಮ್ಮೆ ರಶೆಗ್ಗ ಹುರೆಗೆನ್ ವಿಯಸ್ 4G ಬೇಣು ಕೊಗ್ಗೆನ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ ನುಕೆಂಡಿ ವಾಗುತುಂ ಇವೆಂಟ್ ಲೈವ್ ಕೊಲ್ಲೆ
ඉහෙන් කියන වකි කමෙන්ට් උරීදු මිහම හබේස් බයි
මවෙස් මුලි හබේස් ටීම් වෙස් උරීදු
දිවහින්ගේ හිමිතුමු
ಹರಂಗ ನಮಕ್ಕಿ ರಂಜಿ ಆಮು ಕೊಕ್ಕಿಯಾನಮು ನಮ ಜುವಾನ್ ದಂಡೋರಿಯಾ ಮೀಹಾರೋಗೆ ಉರೀದುಗೆ ಕೆಂಪೈನ್ ಸ್ಲೋಗನ್ ಕಮ್ಮಿಂದಿ ಗ್ರೋ ವಿತ್ ಉರೀದು ಮೀನಿ ಹಮೈಕನೆ ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ಸ್ ಸಿನ್ನಕೆ ಕಂಜನ್ ನೋಂಗೇತ ඒ ගේග බැක්යාඩ් ෆාමෙන් කොරා මිහුන්න වෙස් අදේ ගේග ෆ්ලොරිකල්චා මාගස්තන් හන්දා මිහුන්න වෙස් බේස්වකින් අන්න කම මිහුරිහා එම්මෙන් ගුළුවාදේ බයිකි උරීදු මවෙස් උරීදු
දිවහින්ගේ හිමිතුමු
girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I like the girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I like the girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done.
Close your eyes. Close your eyes.
Girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I like the girls with their nails done. Girls with their girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I like the girls with their nails done. Girls with their
Close your eyes. Close your eyes.
I think the girls with their nails done now.